It may only have a small number of Jews, but Switzerland is determined to improve international perceptions of Israel for its ambassador Yigal Caspi. I met with him in Bern for an exclusive interview. It's more than 1 year since Yigal Caspi became Israeli ambassador to Switzerland. The former PR specialist who promoted the image of Israeli foreign ministry now wants to promote a better image of a Jewish state. Many commentators feel that Israel is losing the global information war for hearts and minds. What can be done to improve Israel's image?
Most of the people who deal with Israel focus on the political part of it. And unfortunately, they don't know or they don't understand or don't recognize Israel's real story. You know, what we managed to achieve in 65 or 66 years of independence. There are people in Israel, we produce, we develop innovation. So many things that Israel is doing and contribute to humanity. And this is not known because everybody is focusing on the conflict.
Aryeh Warshel showed a different image of Israel when he scooped up this year's Nobel Prize for Chemistry alongside 2 other Jewish winners.
For us, the only way to reach the people is through the media, and I try to do it as maximum as I can, and try also to tell the story, to say that Israel is not just Israeli and Palestinian, is not just war and peace.
International organizations and artists are often targeted by anti-Israeli groups. What would be your message to anyone subjected to this kind of boycott pressure?
The message is that Israelis have to see that the world is behind them, helping them, encourage them and support them in their tough decision that we'll have to take in the future. And so to boycott an artist when he decides to come to perform in Israel, I think it's bad for the peace process, it's bad for everything. And I encourage them to stop it.
What is Israel's place in a new balance of power in the Middle East following the Arab Spring?
If we had the Middle East on the brink of war, which means you see a phenomena of Arab countries arming themselves to the teeth and investing money in weapons and so on, well, sure, Israel will be worried. But we don't see that. We don't see an increase in military expenditure. So maybe there is instability, but I'm not sure that Israeli defense is on a risk. Israel's situation is okay economically. So I think Israel observed the situation around us from a point of strength.
Switzerland recently banned minarets, restricting the religious freedom of the country's Muslim minority. Do you think Jews' religious rights could also be threatened?
The Jewish community in Switzerland, it's a big Jewish community. Relatively, it's and very basic, very stable, and with a very influential in its compared to its size. So I don't see any changes on that. I'm not afraid. I think that freedom of religion in Switzerland is really respected. Everybody can practice according to his beliefs. So I'm not even considering it as a possibility.
As a non-EU state at the heart of Europe, what role can Switzerland play in strengthening ties between Israel and Europe?
Try to influence the EU, you have to be a member. Switzerland is not a member. So I don't think that at this particular moment we need an intermediate between us. I think we have a dialogue with the EU, as I say, difference of opinion sometime on various issues, but we are communicating directly and try to solve the existing problem.
Israel is an important trade partner for Switzerland in the Middle East. The Swiss foreign minister visited Tel Aviv in April this year to strengthen diplomatic ties. Changing the Israeli narrative by focusing on Israel's achievements rather than the Palestinian conflict is the best way of improving the image of a Jewish state, according to Ambassador Yigal Caspi. I'm Christina Okello for JN1 in Bern, Switzerland.